Hello everyone. Welcome back to another Commander review for Magic the Gathering. We are talking about Endrek, Sahr, Master Breeder from the Time Spiral set. Really cool commanders to talk about in this set. So, Endrek Sahr is a legendary human wizard with a power and toughness of 2 and 2, and it has a mana value of 5, 4 generic and 1 black mana. It has two triggered abilities. Two triggerish abilities. First is like a generic triggered ability. Whenever you cast a creature spell, create X 1/1 black Thrall creature tokens, where X is that spell's mana value. So the bigger the spell, the more Thralls you make, which is really, really cool. Very awesome and powerful token generator in mono black, I love that. There's a little bit of a caveat though, because this is the second triggered ability, when you control 7 or more Thralls, sacrifice Endrek Sahr. So essentially, he loves making monsters, you're making monsters. The more monsters you make, the more monsters he makes. However, eventually he will be overrun by his own monsters and they will eat him up. That's kind of the story I think of when I read this card, and how the card works mechanically is he got a little too out of hand with making his army of Thralls there. But very cool card, and we're gonna take advantage of its abilities. No card rulings for this commander, very straightforward, which is very nice. And then a card I chose to synergize with this commander is Mirkwood Bats from the Lord of the Rings set. Most common decks for this commander are going to really focus on the fact that you can sacrifice those Thralls to make mana, draw cards, scry, deal damage to things, give things -1/-1 until end of turn, so on and so forth. The list is endless of what you can do with sacrifice fodder with your Thralls. And this is a way that you can take advantage of that by bleeding your opponents dry every time you sacrifice or create a token. And Endrek Sahr will create a lot of tokens very fast. And then as long as you have a free sack outlet, you'll be able to sacrifice them very fast. So Mirkwood Bats is a big threat in this deck. However, the deck that I want to build with this commander, and I don't remember exactly why I wanted to build around it, other than the fact that I was watching a YouTube video, I believe it was MTG Goldfish. It was a Sig Ceremony deck. I don't remember what format they were playing. It might have been Historic. But it was a Sig Ceremony deck, and it made me think back to one of my favorite 60-card casual decks that I ever made. And probably one of the first and only decks I ever made where I purposefully put infinite combos in it. It was a infinite combo Heartless Summonings deck, where I have Heartless Summonings, I have this artifact, I don't remember what it's called right now off the top of my head, but it's a mirror. When it dies, you can return an artifact card from your graveyard to your hand. So what you do is you have multiple copies of this mirror. They cost 2 mana, so Heartless Summonings reduces that cost to 0. You play them for free, it dies. You play the other one for free, it dies. And you just create this loop of returning mirrors to your hand, playing them for free, yada yada yada. Sig Ceremony does the same thing, but with the twist that it doesn't weaken your creatures, it simply destroys them if you cast them, and then it makes an army of 2/2 black zombie druid creature tokens. And so I thought it'd be interesting to maybe build this crazy Sig Ceremony Heartless Summoning Blood Funnel deck, because Blood Funnel is also another one of these cards that I came across when I was young and new to the game, very new to the game. And I thought the card was super cool, but I didn't really know how to play the game well as far as using the economy of the game to my advantage when it comes to mana and sacrifice. But I think this could be a very fun deck to build around. I'm going on and on about this, but essentially is you're playing these cards that reduce the cost of your spells, and Blood Funnel is key to this deck because you want to be able to have ways to sacrifice your creatures. But Heartless Summoning already takes care of the Thralls because it reduces the Thralls to 0/0s. so they will die immediately, which is very nice, especially if you have things like the Mirkwood Bats. Mirkwood Bats will generate value from that. The Sibsix Ceremony will be great because the more things you're casting, the more things are dying, and then you're going to make an army of essentially 1/1 zombies if you also have Heartless Summonings in play. But then even if for some reason you have Thralls in play and you have zombies in play from all this ramp that you're getting from these crazy enchantments, Blood Funnel will allow you to play these crazy non-creature spells like board wipes or targeted removal, or crazy draw effects that black has for reduced cost, and then all you have to do is sacrifice a creature, which you should have plenty of because of the Thralls if you don't have Heartless Summoning in play, or because of the zombies because you have Sibsix Ceremony in play. So lots of value in this deck, and I think it could be a lot of fun. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. But a deck built around specifically these 3 cards. And that is going to do it for Endrek, Sahr, Master Breeder. Again, very explosive, very powerful commander, and there's a lot of different ways you can build around it. You can build aristocrats, you can build Thrall tribal, you can build big monsters tribal, whatever it is, because it's kind of generic with what it wants to do, but it's powerful with what it wants to do. So it's very popular. If you go online, you're going to find lots of different deck ideas for this commander. I just think this one is kind of unique. It stands out and it adds an interesting twist and nuance, maybe, to how you want to build the deck, because you're focusing on reducing the cost of things to cast big things, but those big things might not survive, so on and so forth. But that's what you want to have happen. So hopefully that's a little bit of a unique build around. If anything else, it's just 3 cards that kind of do the same thing that I absolutely love. So really awesome stuff there. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, what you guys would do for this commander, or if maybe there's something I missed in this video about this commander. And thank you guys so much for all your support. As always, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!